die. Try to make a living in the backyard. They said I would.
And whenever you're good.
This van is a 2018 ProMaster by Dodge RAM. It's a 159-inch wheelbase, and I got it as a cargo van, completely empty. There were 2 windows in the back, and what you see in the cab, all the other windows, the vent up top, all the woodwork, all the plumbing, if you will, the electric, the solar panels, and the battery bank I did. So why don't you come on in? This is my outdoor seat. And now I'm seated indoors. It's very, very comfortable. It's very functional. I got it primarily to be able to travel to places, to kind of get up and go. It saves a lot on travel time, being able to move and not wait for tents to dry and those type of things. And again, it's really comfortable. I did all the work. I'm not a woodworker, I'm not a plumber, I'm not an electrician. All the tools I bought were probably some of the cheapest tools you can buy, but my goal was for a cabin, kind of like a mobile cabin, and I think I got it.
Nice. So do you want to show us around really quick?
Yeah.
A little quick.
I would love to.
Oh, perfect.
Thanks.
Let's see.
So, some handles here. My dad was a pipe fitter by trade, and I asked him to make the most rough-looking, sloppy copper handles he's ever made, and he was able to do that. So, some handles to get in, which is important. And then there's a toilet in here, which I'll show you a little later. This is all cypress, by the way, that I got from a barn in Arcadia. My dad had it, not doing much with it, and he allowed me to use it, which is great. I don't think he'll ask for it back, which is good. Up here, this is cedar, which I did myself. It's pretty neat. There's a sink that's made out of a salad bowl, which is interesting, but a lot of people do it. It's like a $5 sink as compared to a bar sink, which is a lot of money. Hand pump. I didn't want to go with electric. I don't use that much water. Then I had some old odds and ends, like some old boxes that I was able to cut into and kind of make them part of the design. Some Coca-Cola boxes back there, which make up a shelf over the part of the bed where your feet are. LED lighting. I've got a Max fan, which is, everybody says it's great. It's great. The windows I put in myself. That was probably the scariest part. And then I kind of cleaned a few things up. The storage above the cab, I kind of cut cubbies out of the cypress to make it look a little neater. And you got to have a duck because, you know, when you go up front, you kind of have to duck. So, yeah, all right, whatever. And so anyway, come this way. Obviously, stuff that's important. I do a lot of hiking, so bear spray. I've got some alarms in case the thing catches on fire, which would not be good. Carbon monoxide warning alarm, my hat, but then a lot of guides, field guides, some books, some odd children, one of which I'll let whoever's watching this video guess which one is taking it, Brendan. This I had no idea, but I thought it'd be a neat idea somewhere in the van. It's an old nail barrel, and I use that if I'm in the bed. I've got all kind of material in here that I can kind of go over, like permits, things like that, to parks, passes, annual passes. It's kind of handy to have, and to have maps and things like that for wherever my next destination is. Above where the head and feet would be in the bed, I've got these windows with a Max Air fan. If it's on, you can almost direct the wind, and it's kind of like a really nice breeze over you. It doesn't get very hot. Fire extinguisher. This is the Costway refrigerator, the top opening, so the air doesn't spill out, the cold air. Got a little mirror I bought. A lot of this was Amazon, pretty cheap stuff. This I got somewhere at a hardware store. It was probably a few bucks, but it kind of has an old look, so what the heck. Here are the lights, and so I can dim them, make them real bright. They're really, really bright. I love them. And so they're pretty cool. Here's the max air controller. I've got 120 if I need it. I have an inverter that is behind here, out of the way, so I just turn it on if I need to make my coffee or any other type of thing. If I need power tools, whatever the case might be. I've got 400 volts coming in off the top of the van, and the van's insulated. I did that myself. And then there's a 400 amp hour battery bank, 2 gel batteries under the bed, and I'll show some of that to you later. And then of course I've got the meter to make sure everything is working properly. It's all by Renogy, which was pretty nice.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
The bed I can fit on. Luckily I'm not that tall, and the older I get I'm actually getting shorter, which is I guess good for the future of the bed. And it's really comfortable. Underneath the bed is the garage on the back side. And then here, I don't know if you can see this or not, but I've got a slider which allows me to get to drawers and those type of things. So anything from clothing, one of the drawers is dedicated to like electronics and wires and those type of things. And so it's pretty functional. I haven't had any problems at all with this. Usually there's a step that is right here. Right now it's out of the van just so I could show you everything. That fits perfectly right here, so if you're going into bed, you don't have to climb on things. You can literally just get on this little stairs and get up there.
Cool. So is there anything on the outside that we should see?
You know, I'm happy you asked that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What you got?
Well, let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go. It's a white van. These are all C.R. Lawrence windows, which are expensive, but they went in, I hate to say fairly easy. They're really nice. You can't really see in, although I do use Reflectix on all of them. I cut them out and you can put them in. So when you're traveling, when it's parked, it's cool. You really can't tell any of this is in here. You can certainly tell it's a camper van if you have any sense at all. But it's pretty simple, 159-inch wheelbase. Nothing real special about the outside. Pretty simple. The solar panels, you probably could see up top. I don't know, with all the sun and everything and the plane going over, I don't think that'll matter. But the panels are right a little further than my arm.
Sun's like right in back of it.
Yeah, so they're up there, believe me. And then around back, in case somebody's wondering, that's where I kind of tied them into the indoor system. And that works out really well. The power, basically, I drilled a hole in the box up there, which is the camera and everything. Took that apart and then ran all the cables and everything down here and into the van. So right now, those 2 green lights are both blinking. I've got all the power I need, probably for days and days right now, and that solar system is incredible. So these are the battery banks, the 2 batteries. I have them in these boxes. They're ventilated, and they're near a vent on the van also, which is hard to see. It's behind the wires. So I keep whatever I need, you know, available there. And I covered it just with some real cheap recycled carpet. It's almost like auto carpet, but it's not. It's probably even cheaper. And then some of this stuff, I've got a little more work to do. I've got to cover up some holes with some wood filler. And you can see on the back on these doors, I left a few things where I can get to the screws. These are the hex heads. So if I need to get in and do work on the inside of the door for whatever reason, whatever electric, something like that, I can get in. If there's ever an issue with the LED lights, that's where things will get interesting. I'll probably have to buy a new tool for that. Hopefully that won't happen for a while. So anyway, that's it so far.
You know I'm no good. Yeah, I've been feeling by myself. I should have seen it coming. You're out here stealing hearts, oh, I could tell. Oh, I should have seen it coming. Try to find love on my own. They said I would. Now I'm home alone, up to no good. I got the daytime shakes. Oh yeah, I know I do. I got the daytime shakes. Well, how about you? I got the daytime shakes. Oh yeah, I know I do. I got the daytime shakes. Well, how about you? I got the daytime shakes. Oh yeah, I know I do. I got the daytime shakes. Well, how about you? I got the daytime shakes. Oh yeah, I know I do. Yeah, I got the daytime shakes, baby.
So a lot of the equipment is pretty simple stuff. It ties into the 12-volt system. Here I'm just showing you very quickly a little more detail on the old Schweppes crates that I had and how I kind of pulled them apart, cut a few holes, put a few hinges on, added a brass handle, and boom, coffee holder. Here's a drawer that I made. Never made a drawer before, but seems to work. It seems to be pretty handy. I can get a lot in. And underneath this contraption is where I keep the freshwater tank, the gray water tank, and there's plenty of room in there for a pantry. Yes, the water works, and that's the salad bowl. Anyway, that's a little bit more about that area.
Nice. Anything else you want to add?
No, we're good.
Any new places you're going to? You're planning on going to?
Yeah, I may go to Maine. We definitely want to go to Wyoming and visit a number of areas around the country. By the way, this thing fully loaded with a trailer. I was getting 18.5 miles per gallon. If I don't have the trailer on, I get anywhere. It just depends on the speed and the terrain, but I can get anywhere between 19 and 21. So, for a gasoline engine, if you don't force it around and treat it really, really well, it'll treat you really, really well. Anyway, that's it. So thanks for watching, and that's the van.
Shakes.